Facts about the game of American football. Let's start the video. 1. American football evolved from soccer and rugby. The original game of American football looked like a mix of soccer and rugby. It involves an oval-shaped ball called a football. The objective of the game is to get the ball into the end zone for a touchdown. This is normally accomplished by having the quarterback throw the ball to another player, who then runs it into the end zone or passes it to another player. The opposing team attempts to stop play by tackling players or intercepting the ball. Each touchdown is worth 6 points. 2. The first football game was played in 1869 between Rutgers and Princeton. Football facts tell us the first football game was played in 1869 between Rutgers and Princeton in New Jersey. At the time, the rules did not resemble the modern game we are used to seeing. 11 years later, in 1880, Walter Camp codified the game with a series of rules, including team size and the system of downs. He is widely considered the father of football, though his rules have since been modified. 3. Football is the most popular game in the United States. Football might have a short season of just 17 weeks, but that doesn't stop people from watching in droves, tailgating at arenas and cheering for their favorite teams. Football facts show the sport is the most popular American game, and its championship, the Super Bowl, the most watched television event of the year. 4. The NFL governs professional play in the United States. The National Football League, NFL, began in 1920. At the time, it was called the American Professional Football Association. The head of the NFL is the commissioner. The NFL is tasked with ensuring that the rules of the game are being followed. They also organize the Super Bowl. The NFL currently organizes 256 games over 17 weeks. The first game generally takes place the week following Labor Day, and the season ends around New Year's Day. The regular season is then followed by postseason games to determine conference champs. The Super Bowl is held in late January or in February. 5. The Super Bowl is the championship NFL football game. Every year, the winners of the American Football Conference and the National Football Conference face off in the NFL championship game, the Super Bowl. One of the most popular sports events in the United States, the Super Bowl marks the end of the football postseason. Football facts show the 2015 Super Bowl was the most watched television event in United States history. 6. The Pittsburgh Steelers have the most Super Bowl wins. The Pittsburgh Steelers have won 6 Super Bowl championships. They've played in 8 Super Bowls and are one of 3 teams to have made it to the Super Bowl that many times. The Dallas Cowboys and the New England Patriots have also played 8 Super Bowl games each. The Cowboys have won 5 Super Bowls, and the Patriots have won 4 times. 7. The NFL is made up of 32 teams in 2 conferences, NFC and AFC. The National Football League is composed of 32 teams. The teams are then divided into the National Football Conference, NFC, and the American Football Conference, AFC. Each conference has one champion each year. Those 2 championship teams then play each other in the Super Bowl. 8. Each team needs at least 11 players. Each football team must have 11 players on the field. The positions the players play vary depending on whether the team is on offense or defense. Offensive positions include quarterback, halfback, fullback, wide receiver, and tight end. Defense positions include linebackers, Cornerbacks and safeties. Players can be substituted between downs. 9. There are 7 officials during a football game. To ensure fair play, the NFL uses 7 different officials. These officials keep track of many things, including the downs and the fouls. Football facts. Show officials wear black and white striped shirts. The 7 officials each watch for different infractions and are each responsible for different things. The referee is the highest ranking of the officials and has the most responsibility in terms of oversight. The other officials are the umpire, the back judge, the head linesman, the side judge, the line judge and the field judge. 10. NFL hired its first full-time female official in 2015. Sarah Thomas became the first full-time official in NFL history when the 2015-16 football season began. She follows in the footsteps of Shannon Easton. Easton was the first woman to officiate a game in the NFL, although she did not have a full-time contract with the league. 11. Denver Broncos have the most Super Bowl losses. The Denver Broncos played hard to earn their spot in 7 different Super Bowls. Unfortunately, they lost 5 of those championship games, giving them the unenviable title of the team with the most Super Bowl losses. The New England Patriots, the Minnesota Vikings and the Buffalo Bills each have 4 Super Bowl losses. 12. 4 teams have failed to reach the Super Bowl. Football facts show that of the 32 NFL teams, just 4 have never made it to the big game. The Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Houston Texans have not yet been successful enough to win a spot in the Super Bowl. 13. Peyton Manning has the most MVP wins. Peyton Manning has been named the Associated Press's most valuable player. In the NFL 5 times he was awarded this honor. In 2003, 2004, 2008, 2009, and 2013. Jim Brown, Johnny Unitas and Brett Favre have each won the MVP trophy 3 times. 14. Quarterback Brett Favre holds record for most wins. Brett Favre holds the record for most regular season wins, with 186 wins and most pass yards, 71,838, among others. He is also the only quarterback to win a playoff game after turning 40. 15. Jerry Rice leads league in touchdowns and records. Jerry Rice holds the record for the most touchdowns in the NFL. The wide receiver amassed 208 touchdowns from 1985 to 2004. Jerry Rice is considered one of the best NFL players. He also holds records for the most receiving yards, 22,895, and most receptions, 1,549, among others. Jerry Rice holds over 100 NFL records, which is a record in itself. 16. Coach Don Shula holds the record for most wins. Football facts tell us that Don Shula coached the Baltimore Colts and the Miami Dolphins to a combined 328 regular season wins, a record for any head coach. He was the coach of the Miami Dolphins during their perfect season and led the team to 2 Super Bowl wins. Shula also holds the record for 6 Super Bowls as a head coach. 17. Football cheerleaders are paid poorly. While football players have multi-million-dollar contracts, the cheerleaders performing on the sidelines are paid very little in comparison. According to Football Facts, cheerleaders earn an average of $125 a game. They are not paid for rehearsals or charity events, and must launder their own uniforms. This has led to several lawsuits. 18. Wilson has been making NFL footballs for over 70 years. Wilson, a sports equipment company, has an exclusive contract to provide the footballs. For NFL games, the firm has provided the sports league with footballs since 1941. Wilson currently produce an astonishing 4,000 footballs every day. 19. Miami Dolphins are the only team with a complete perfect season. In 1972, Don Shula led the Miami Dolphins to the league's only complete perfect season. They won every game they played in both the regular season and the postseason. The Dolphins were 14-0 during regular season play and 17-0 after postseason. In 1934 and 1942, the Chicago Bears won all their regular season games, but lost in the playoffs. More recently, the New England Patriots completed a perfect regular season with 16 wins. They won their first 2 playoff games, then lost the Super Bowl to the New York Giants by only 3 points. They ended the postseason 18-1.